Welcome back everybody to another reaction video. This time we're going to be jumping into VIEGO, the Ruined King. I have no idea what this champion does. I have no idea what his abilities are. I don't know what his position is. I don't know his backstory or his lore. And also, if you guys don't know who I am, my name is Bazerath, and I am a League of Legends content creator that mostly revolves around Katarina gameplays. Let me know in the comments what you think of VIEGO and what you like and dislike about him, because I think he's going to bring a lot to the table, and there's a lot of hype around this champion. We're going to be jumping into the Proguides video for this, so also check out Proguides. They're amazing. They keep us up to date on all these champions, and they do a great job at doing it. We're going to hit play, we're going to jump into it, and see what this champion has to bring to the table.
What is up, Summoners? My name is Nathaning, and I've got some news about League's upcoming new champion, VIEGO, just for you. He's going to be released in patch 11.2, and we got some abilities to go over. I know you guys want to know about him, so I won't keep you guys waiting long. Just know that we're running a giveaway right now, so check out the description for a link and join our Discord to find out more. Now let's jump right into it. First, I'll quickly go over VIEGO's lore. VIEGO comes from royalty. His title as king isn't just for show. He was actually the second son of a king, but had no desire to be a ruler. When both his brother and the previous king, his father, passed away, he found himself with the crown but no desire to wear it. Instead, he fell in love and eventually married a woman named Isolde, a seamstress. Rich king meets poor girl. He fell in love and they poured all of his time and effort into her. His allies and people weren't happy with this, as he wasn't exactly the best ruler. Needless to say, some individuals attempted to murder VIEGO, but unfortunately missed their mark and poisoned his wife, Isolde, instead. He did everything he could to save her, but unfortunately she passed away. Driven by madness, VIEGO searched for a way to bring her back to life and found it in the Blessed Isles, where the water could heal any ailment. VIEGO brought his men and attacked the Blessed Isles, killing anyone in the way until he managed to bring his wife's corpse to where the Blessed Waters could be found. She came back to life, but not in the fashion VIEGO has hoped. She was quite angry and took VIEGO's enchanted blade and stabbed his heart with it. The magic of the sword and the waters clashed and caused a massive event that imprisoned the Isles and everything within it, turning them undead. 1,000 years later, VIEGO has risen without the recollection of these events, but still retaining that love-driven rage fueling his desire to find his wife once more. Quick question of the day though, which champion has the best lore and why? I am really digging this VIEGO one. I'm a sucker for romance, and as twisted as it could be, I find VIEGO's to be captivating. His wife was literally to die for. Let me know your answers in the comments down below, and now let's talk about his abilities.
Okay, so I find that actually pretty interesting, and this kind of confirms what it is that I was referring to in the first reaction video that I did. So basically, when he pulled out the soul from Senna, it kind of sounded like a little girl, so I was like, okay, so maybe it's not his love interest, it's his daughter. But I mean, typically when you say, you know, give me back my queen kind of thing, it makes me think that it's his wife. But then you go and you listen to the voice when he's pulling out the soul and it sounds like a little girl, so I was like, okay, so like, which is it? And then like I said, I had no idea what the lore was about this champion. So it's nice to confirm that, one, it's his wife. And I also think it's pretty cool that she got mad, and while they're in the Isles, she took his enchanted sword and stabbed him with it, and then with all that happening, it imprisoned everything. So I think that's actually really cool. I bet you anything that she's probably going to be a future playable character. She's got to be. I'm kind of excited to see if they're going to do anything with that. Probably will. It's Riot Games.
VIEGO's passive is Sovereign's Domination. Fitting for a king, isn't it? VIEGO can temporarily take control of the enemy champions that he helps kill, healing for a portion of the max health. When possessing an enemy, he gains their items, attacks, and non-ultimate abilities, as well as access to a free cast of his own ultimate. Another bonus you get when possessing an enemy is that you gain bonus movement speed towards an enemy champion. This is without doubt going to be a defining characteristic of his gameplay. Easily one of the most iconic abilities in the game now, players will not have to choose wisely between who to possess, or if they should even possess an enemy champion. I mean, do you really want to transform into Soraka into the middle of a hectic teamfight? Well, maybe if one of your carries is super fed, I guess. Next is VIEGO's Q. It's called, well, I don't know if anybody should be shocked, humored, or just disappointed with this, Blade of the Ruined King. So it's an item and an ability now, and that will be totally fun for shoutcasters. The passive effect is that VIEGO's attacks deal a percentage of his target's current health as bonus on hit. Very creative, right? However, when VIEGO attacks an enemy he recently hit with an ability, the attack strikes twice. The second strike siphons health from the target instead of dealing regular damage, but can still critically strike and apply on-hit effects. Now, when VIEGO possesses an enemy, he retains this effect. The active effect is now a simple one. When cast, VIEGO stabs forward with his blade, damaging all enemies hit. With Blade of the Rune King built into his passive, will it even be worth buying the same item on him? I mean, probably, because he'll stack, and I wouldn't be surprised either way.
I was just gonna say, it's like, why wouldn't you buy Blade of the Rune King on top of this one? Like, that's so... Like, basically, if you see a Viego in the game, build... make sure you're building Grievous Wounds, because, like, he gets healing from his passive. He gets healing from his Q so far. And then if you have Blade of the Ruin King on top of Blade of the Ruin King, then you've got that healing. Holy fuck. Oh, man. This champion sounds like he's going to be a freaking nightmare to deal with.
Viego's W is called Spectral Maw. Viego charges up and dashes forward, hurling a black mist that stuns and damages the first enemy hit. As he charges, the stun duration and the mist range increases, but his damage and dash range do not. This is something important to note because it can almost feel wrong to not see the dash range increase after sitting still for so long. Viego's E is Harrowed Path. He spreads a wave of black mist around a nearby wall. While in the mist, Viego becomes camouflaged, gains attack speed, and gains movement speed as well.
Oh boy, so this champion has a stun. Mind you, the stun looks like it takes a little while to use, but then he also can go invisible. Like, oh my god. So, what if you... like, it probably wouldn't be ideal, but you could probably go like a Duskblade and just have that extra invisibility on top of his invisibility. Like, gross.
While this is a situational ability, this also creates some counterplay against Viego. If you're trying to avoid a disadvantageous fight, just stay away from the corners and stay in open spaces. When it comes to catching him, however, that's the first thing that will definitely get tricky, as Viego is going to have tons of maneuverability. Finally, his ultimate is called Heartbreaker. When cast, Viego discards any of the bodies that he's currently possessing and teleports forward. He attacks the enemy champion with the lowest percentage of health if they're in range, dealing bonus damage based on missing health and knocking other champions that are in the range anyway. Quick question, can Silas steal this ability? Now put all these abilities together and he...
So basically, so far, he has insane life stain. He can possess people. He has a stun. He can go invisible. And he can execute. Oh my god. Oh my god.
You get a champion that personifies modern game design. Simple, effective, with a lot of room for skill expression, i.e. 200 years of game balancing. If you think about it, at the core of things, Viego has very little to work with. Hear me out. His Q allows him to lunge forward for damage, while his W is for crowd control. His E acts as his main utility. It's relatively simple, but there are some nuances to it. What will make a great Viego player is how well they utilize the camouflage, as it adds depth to his gameplay. It will be the primary way Viego can outplay his opponents, and will be also very crucial to win extended fights because of the bonuses he gains from the mist. If you can't pilot Viego with these barebone abilities, you won't get a chance to even utilize his passive. You need to play well enough with his primary abilities to score a takedown and access his passive and ultimate. That's where Viego's strength truly lies. Use your enemy's undead bodies against them. Once you do manage to possess a body, well, then I hope you know how to play that character. This is another way that Viego will really allow great players to shine. It's not just about Viego, but also being able to play other champions at an acceptable level as well. Even for a newer player, this whole concept is really cool. You get to use some simple base abilities and then switch over to another character for a hot second and do what you need to do. For an elite player, you'll need to think about which champion on the enemy team you need to possess based on the team fight. If your team is lacking in damage, you might want to all in and try to secure a takedown on enemy marksman so that you can maximize your DPS, or maybe you'll instead possess an enemy tank because that's unfortunately your only choice and have to make the best out of the situation. That'll be concluding this video about League's newest champion, Viego.
Yeah, I think he's going to be a very complex champion, so it's not like people are going to just be super good at him right away or anything like that. Like, he's going to have a bit of a learning curve. But even though his abilities are super bare bones, I feel like they have a lot to offer, and he has a lot in his kit that can really keep him going. Like, he's I think Aatrox when I look at him when it comes to his healing, but not to that extent. But also when you think about the items that you're going to be building on him, I Like I don't know. Like he's gonna be tough. I know there's gonna be some pretty insane players that are gonna play around with this guy. I'm looking forward to trying him out. Hopefully you guys are too. If you guys want to leave some comments down below and let me know what you think of the character, what you think of the abilities, and what kind of builds you guys might be considering when you're playing this champion. I think, he's kind of like the raid boss of all the League of Legends champions right now. So it'll be interesting to see, where this is going to go in the future. And hopefully they bring his wife into it, because I think that'd be cool too. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. I plan on doing more reactions. Also check out my other videos if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll catch you on the Rift. Bye.